What's up, Nerf Nation? Welcome to the Adult Fans of Nerf show. I'm Mr. S.
And I'm Mr. K.
And today we're having our long overdue N-Force episode. These have been out for quite a while and we haven't really talked about them, so it's high time we give them their due.
Yes, because they are cool.
Quite cool, and I think they're a little underrated by some Nerf fans.
Yeah, I think so. But it's good that some Nerf fans do involve melee in their Nerf battles.
Yes, and I want to try and stress that these aren't just for cosplayers or LARPers, live-action role-playing game players, or anything like that. These are just fun, and they don't have to have any specific purpose other than whacking your buddy.
Yeah. Exactly.
That being said, these are probably definitely the two biggest of the N-Force line to come out so far. We have the, what is this called again? Battlemaster Mace?
Yes.
Battlemaster Mace, there we go, that's the name of it.
And this is the Warlock Axe.
Warlock Axe. I really like the design of the Warlock Axe. It is a really good and actually rather sturdy double-bladed axe.
Yes. It's almost reminiscent of some kind of throwing axe, like a double-bladed throwing axe. You could wing it and it would just stick. I wonder how well these fly.
That's something we could try out in a later episode, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think you want to start throwing weapons around the bunker.
No. They are breakable things here.
I do like the Battlemaster Mace. It's got 3 prongs on it, which is a little weird. I don't know if 4 seemed to be a better number to me, but for the design of this, I think it's pretty cool. Again, pretty sturdy. This thing can take some punishment. All of them have a plastic tube in the middle that gives it rigidity, and then it's got the foam around it to make it all nice and plushy so it doesn't hurt too bad when you get walloped with it.
Yeah, except for when you turn this into Keyblade mode.
Oh no, the dreaded Keyblade!
Nah.
Yeah, that would hurt a lot. Don't hurt me! So yeah, that's a cool little feature in there. It is pretty cool that you can use, it does have nice little holes in there for hand grips if your hands are small enough to be able to.
Or it can also be, if you're into it, an air guitar. You can rock out with it.
I'll let you do that. You can rock out with your Warlock axe. What else we got here? There's been quite a few things to come out for the N-Force line. Not as much, obviously, as the other longer living lines like the N-Strike, but I hope they keep going with it.
Yeah, I do. I do too. Really, I would say that they're probably a successor to that fencing game that was released in the early 90s, late 80s. I talked about that. One of my friends back in the day had one of those, just one of them. They didn't have 2 of them, but yeah, I could see this being a much more well thought out. That old sword had a very flimsy foam, almost like a fanoodle blade to it. It was really flimsy, hard to... Well, I mean, that is the Nerf foam when it gets to that size. It gets kind of flimsy like that. But that's why they created this style of foam and then created the ability to put like a hard core in it.
Make it more rigid.
Make it more rigid, you know. I mean, it doesn't hurt at all. I mean, you're not going to, if you whip somebody with this hard enough, it'll just break. It's not going to cause any lasting damage.
No.
Maybe a bruise.
And a bruise is all you need. Bruise will teach you not to play with them too hard. This guy is called the Hook Claw?
The Claw Hatchet.
Claw Hatchet. Yes. And it's functional. The design is cool. This is probably actually my least favorite in the N-Force line. I think it's too light. This to me would be a pretty good throwing axe, but it's so light when you do throw it, and I've tried it a few times, it turns to the side and flips all over the place.
Yeah, it doesn't really have any heft to it.
It doesn't have any heft to it at all. I mean, this thing is feather light.
But I mean, it's hard. It would be hard for them to add heft to it. But I suppose they could probably use the same kind of foam that's in the Marauder sword, because I think the Marauder sword foam is a little bit different.
it's a little stiffer.
Along, because it has a wider blade, so that gives it a little bit more rigidity in there. I wish they would have put a little piece of plastic in the head of the axe to give it a little bit more rigidity. If you're going to try and use the hook on the claw, I can show it over here if you can see it or bring it up a little closer. The hook in here, it's all flimsy and stuff in here, and if you try and actually use this to like grapple with something or whatever, it's not going to hold up very well.
No, it's probably pretty bound to rip. But no, I mean, feel the handle of the Marauder sword,
Yes.
and
it's
feel
nice
the handle of the Vantage sword.
Nice and hard and rigid handle on here. And this one has, a very squishy handle, almost like the handle on here.
These guys are almost made for more just, play sword fighting.
Of the swords, this one is my favorite. That size, that design. There have been a couple of different color variances of both of these.
Well, the Vantage sword is the newest version. This has got a different mold than the yellow or the
yellow
blue.
or the blue ones that came before it.
I think yellow and the blue, and then there was a green and a red one that were Toys R Us exclusive. I think they shared similar molds, but this guy is different in his the blade of the sword and the hilt.
I still don't like these as much as I like the big ones.
Yeah, definitely.
I remember seeing the red one and then the yellow and black one. Were there any other color variances of the big one?
Maybe there was a blue one. There might have been a blue one. I'm not sure. It's hard to remember because with the N-Force stuff seemed to come into stores, be around for a while, and then go on clearance. And now they only seem to stock like the claw hatchet and the Vendetta swords.
Yeah, you can hardly ever find the mace or the axe in stores at all, at least around where.
But well, I mean, it seemed like they bought up a bunch of them, expecting them to go like hotcakes, and they didn't. And I just saw a lot of them on clearance for a long time.
And they had a bad problem with the packaging ripping, and poor packaging is like a curse in the N-Force. They haven't really had, except for like the Vendetta swords and the stuff that come in an actual box. The packaging has been horrible.
Yeah. But the newest one, like I said, is the Vendetta sword.
Vendetta double sword set. This is really cool. For a short sword, this thing really tries to steal the show. You can Darth Maul it. They are really good swords on their. Oh, and that was unintentional, but funny. I like the design of the blades. They almost look like lightsaber.
Elvish swords, like
little
futuristic elvish swords.
I could go with that. I could dig that. In any case, a cool design. They're great. They're nice and they have just enough weight to them to feel good in your hands.
Yep. And I'm pretty sure that's the most recent one. The only other ones were the Stonewall shield and sword set, and this one's the shield is really the only one that has exposed plastic on it.
Which is okay. I'll take it.
Yeah. The outside's the foam, and it's like sandwiched between plastic to keep it on there.
It is a pretty nice looking shield. It's a little small. It's a little buckler size for an adult about.
Yeah, and I like it as a wall mount. You can see in various episodes that we've filmed in this version of the bunker.
Pretty much every episode from this bunker.
Not every episode. We went outside a couple of times.
And the Stonewall shield came with this little, they call it a sword, but it's really a knife or a dagger. It's not quite a dirk or a short sword, it's a dagger. But this suffers a little bit the same way to me as the hatchet. It's just too lightweight for what I want it to be.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have, none of the swords have their own scabbards, which I can understand for cost and everything, but it would be kind of cool to have some kind of a sheath or a scabbard or something.
I really wonder how well it would actually do with like a Nerf foam scabbard.
I think they could make a pretty nice one. I really think they could. If they could make a shield like that, I think they could make a scabbard.
Yeah, that would be an interesting option. Make a couple of swords with scabbards.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like it.
It's a good option for the future, I mean, really, with a lot of these, there's not many places they have left to go in the realm of weapons that you can make out of foam. I mean, you could probably make throwing stars, but that would be kind of weird.
It would be nifty to see, and I'm sure they could do it, but I think it would be too much of a product risk,
Yeah.
personally. And then, there's morning stars and flails and things like that they could do. They could do nunchucks.
They could do nunchucks.
Nunchucks and samurai swords. They've already done...
It's really too bad that Hasbro doesn't have the license for turtles.
That would be epic. Oh, that would be so great. Too bad they don't have it.
Yeah, like Donatello's staff and Raph's.
If they made a Donatello staff as long as the Vendetta swords, it'd be on like Donkey Kong, man.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome. I mean, they could make a staff. They could make, like a stick type staff. They could make like a wizard type staff.
Yes, they could. There are still avenues that they could go with it. That would be really cool.
I would really like Warhammer.
A Warhammer would be really
Warhammer
cool.
with a nice long handle, kind of like the handle on like the axe and the mace.
Mm-hmm.
But just a large head. Just I would say bigger than a sledgehammer's head.
You wouldn't need anything much bigger than a sledgehammer's head. That'd pretty much put the point through.
Yeah, but I'd like something a little bit more imposing.
So like Mjolnir's head on a big old handle. A two-handed handle instead of a
not.
one-handed.
I mean, Mjolnir would be like fucking out here if it was.
But that's what you would want. That's what you would want.
No, not quite
That's what I would
that
want.
big.
Come on, man. Take him down with one shot.
I suppose, but no. The thing I'd be worried about with that is the head coming off,
Or the handle snapping.
the handle snapping. just the weight of the foam head. You bring it up, go back, and you're missing your hammer.
It's hitting somebody with bare PVC ammo. That'd be fun. Pole arms would be cool too.
Pole arms, tridents.
Tridents, halberds.
I suppose there are a few ways they can go if they'd be willing to put them out.
Hopefully they do, because we like N-Force. We don't show it enough, but we do.
Yes. Be cool if they could mix N-Strike and N-Force.
Bayonets.
Bayonets.
A bayonet attachment, tactical rail around the bottom. This would be
Kind of
really
like
cool.
riot shield type thing.
Oh yeah, like a tower shield.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Big old tower shield.
That'd be cross compatible. You could market it with N-Force and sell it with N-Strike.
Yeah.
Dual purposing. And then you could put Velcro stuff on it and have it work with Dark Tag also.
We just need more accessories for Dirt Tag.
Dark Tag, we need as much stuff for all of the Nerf stuff as we can get, because it needs to flourish more.
Yes.
It's getting there, but it needs to go further.
Well, I think we've rabbled enough on N-Force.
We could rabble more, but we're not gonna, because it'll just get dry. So,
In the words of a great man, keep nerfing.